excited to be talking to you guys today because I have like completely kind of revamped my theme for my YouTube channel, and I've changed the name. If you haven't noticed, it's now Molly's Story. It was Lovely You by Molly before, but I kind of want to change direction with sharing more about my single mom journey and making that be the focus, because I feel like there's so many other single moms out there, and I would love to create like a little community here on Instagram of other single moms and being able to just talk about things that we're struggling with, and for me to be able to share my experiences and the things I've learned and how I'm growing through this whole crazy journey. I just realized I always like cuff. I have this thing where I cannot have water on my sleeves, like them being wet, like ugh. So I always cuff them like this, but then I'm like, that looks dorky, so I gotta get it down. So okay, I'm ready. So anyways, it's Thanksgiving today for me, and I thought it'd be perfect as we're getting into this holiday season. Well, we're already here in this holiday season to talk about just a few ways to survive the holiday season as a single mom. Now, this would also apply for anybody else. Oop, that's my pumpkin pie. Let me go see if it's ready. Okay, it ain't quite done yet. Cooking gluten-free, dairy-free things is always just so much more work because you just don't know when it's gonna be done or if it's gonna turn out or if it's gonna be a complete fail. Anyways, all right, how do you survive the holiday season? I think for a lot of single moms, including myself, we kind of like dread the approaching holiday season a little bit. Not that I'm not excited for it, but there's just so many extra things that come along with it, and life doesn't necessarily slow down when you're working and you're trying to take care of your kids and doing all of that together. So trying to figure out like, how am I gonna work through this? How am I gonna get through the season? And I think the number one stressor, at least for me as a single parent during the holidays, is finances. We also have, the kids and I, we have our birthdays all around like the fall and winter season, and so it's just like a lot financially. And every winter I'm like, how am I gonna do birthdays? How am I gonna do Christmas? How am I gonna afford all of this stuff? And I get super stressed. Right now I've been really stressed about that. Like, what am I gonna do? Because I can't necessarily plan, like save up money ahead of time and be like, this is for Christmas, this is for birthday. I kind of have to see where I'm at financially at the time, especially because I run my own business, and you know, sometimes I get Christmas bonus gifts from the people I work for, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. So it's a lot of up in the air. So my first tip for surviving the holiday season as a single mom is lowering your expectations. And I realized I've had to do that. And I think as moms, just in general, we deal with like a lot of mom guilt when it comes to birthdays, Christmas for our kids. Like, we want to do everything for them. We want to give them the whole Pinterest themed event. And I just had to come to grips this time around. My daughter just had her birthday that I cannot do like a Pinterest themed birthday. I can't even really afford a big birthday party. So we just did something with my parents, and we did something just the kids and I. We went, if you saw my last video, it was going to the Frozen movie. That's what we did. So I had to lower my expectations for having this grandiose idea of what I want to do for their birthdays, and even for Christmas. I was like, you know what? If I have to for Christmas this year, I'll go to the dollar store and I'll get them a few things at the dollar store. That's what I can afford, or I'll just get them each like one special gift, and like that's what they get. And I'll tell my parents, like, I can't get you guys gifts this year. Like, if I have to do that, I have to do that, you know? And I think we have to just, which is so hard for me because I think part of it is our pride. We're like, I want to be able to do whatever, like what my other friends who are in a 2-parent family, what they do for Christmas. I don't want to have to be the one that's like, I can't afford this year. Sorry guys, you're getting nothing. Like, but I know that it's probably not going to be the case for me, because God seems to always provide every Christmas enough money for me to get gifts for my close friends and for my parents and my kids, and it always works out fine. But it's also nice to have that in the back of my mind that like, if I can't, then it's okay if I go to the dollar store. They're little, like, or if I just get them one gift. So lowering your expectations. Okay, so my second tip for surviving the holiday season is to make things easier for yourself. Okay, so let me just share with you a story. When I was married, we got a real Christmas tree every year, and I loved getting a real Christmas tree because when I was a kid, we always had a fake tree. Well, so I tried to carry that tradition into being a single mom, and I remember one Christmas, I think it was my first time getting a real tree, or second year getting a real tree, I can't remember. And I got that a really cheap base to screw in the tree, and the screws were so hard, and I was almost to the point of tears. Like, what am I gonna do? I can't get my tree in the base. And it was just so frustrating. So I ended up having a neighbor who lives close by, calling her. She's a single mom too, and being like, can you please help me? I mean, I wasn't crying to her, but I was like so at my wit's end. And she got it screwed in, and I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. And I thanked her so much. I was like, you just saved me. I was a wreck. I couldn't get this figured out. And so then the next year I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a fake tree. I'm gonna make it easier for myself. I can't do the real tree because the hassle of picking it up and trying to dispose of it. So make things easier for yourself. Don't say, I'm gonna host Christmas at my house this year when you know you may not have the money for it or the time to prepare for it. Like, it's okay to be like, I'm not at a place where I can do that right now. And I think people will understand. All right, so my third tip, and this is so important, is to create memories for yourself and your kids. I think it can be so discouraging around the holidays when you see families going out and doing things and activities, and there's so many Christmas events going on around in the community, and if you're not proactive to say, we're gonna do this, even if we do it by ourselves and not with a friend, not with someone else, then you're gonna get discouraged because you're gonna feel like I'm missing out on everything, everyone else is having fun. So make your own memories. Go and do things with just you and your kids. Yeah, maybe you're gonna feel a little awkward at that Christmas event where you see families all around and you're one of the few, just you and your kids, and maybe it's gonna be a little bit more lonely, but you afterwards are gonna be so glad you went and did that. You're gonna feel so much better than if you just sat home and felt sorry for yourself. So for me, I've already put a couple of events that I want to go to this Christmas season. One of them I'm going to go with a friend. The other one I don't have planned to go with anybody, and I think I'm just going to go with my kids. And one thing special about just going to events with just you and your kids is that you can just focus on them. You can focus on viewing that special thing through their eyes and just totally be geared into listening to them. And that's the difference between if you're going with another adult, you're chatting with them, and maybe you're not interacting with your kids as much as if you're just going with your kids. So plan those memories, put them on the calendar so you're not going into this holiday season feeling discouraged. Just know that being a single mom, so many other moms are gonna be feeling the same thing, that they're gonna feel kind of maybe a little bit more lonely, wishing they had that special someone to do holiday events with them and to celebrate the season with them. But you know what, you're in a season, I'm in a season of being a single mom, and hopefully that won't be forever, and eventually in the past, we'll probably look back on this time in our lives being a single mom as some really special memories. And I always go back to this. I just told someone this the other day, is I'd rather be alone by myself than to be with somebody and it's not the right person, and I'm again in a rough spot, because we know what it was like being with somebody and it didn't work out. So why would I want to be with someone just to be with someone? I hope that these little 4 tips will encourage you to survive this holiday season. We'll get through it. January will come around, it'll be a new year, new leaf, and it'll be all good. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you like this video, I would love to have you subscribe and follow along with these videos as I share more about my single mom journey. All right guys, see you later and have a great holiday season.